Thank you for letting me know. For some reason, it turned off the volume. So I'll say it again. We're going to do the Bonita Bunny, but first we're doing the chicken. I did a Courtneyism. Sorry, guys. Hey, Linda. But we're going to finish Mr. Chick, and then we'll go ahead and do the bunny after. Hello, Shirley. No, you didn't. I had a Courtneyism. That's what we call it in the other social media that I do lives over. Okay. All right. We're going to finish Mr. Chicken from last week, and then we're going to do, since I don't have to pick up the kiddo, we're going to do the Bonita Bunny. I'm pre-creasing my paper so I can get ahead of it, so I don't have to do that. Oh. It's Bailey. Oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Not a good baby. Now we're ready to put paper on it. That's blue. Okay. Always make sure you buy the washable glue, or you can do it from your freezer paper. I just don't know where I put my freezer paper, or I would be doing it from that. Hello, Gladys. Hi, Shirley. If I didn't say hi, I'm sorry. So, I forgot to mention the other thing that yesterday. Most of you know that I do UFO Zooms. And there's one this weekend. If you want to join, you'll have to go to my About section to get my email address to email me for the link so I can send that to you if you want to join. I have to wait for the iron to heat up. I'm only trimming off the edge here is because it's not straight. But then that way I can line it up with the previous one. Also, make sure you check and know where your colors are going. I don't know if I've ever said anything about these. These are the comic boards. I did cut them down from the 8.5 by 11, only to make it for the fat quarters so that they kind of be standing up a little bit better. I'm willing to make a video of doing that. Yep, you can also use your own Christmas cards, birthday cards if you get those. I just don't get a whole lot of those. And when I do get some, they're originally from my mother-in-law and my father-in-law. So I've been keeping those for keepsakes because we all know what happened 2 years ago. I lost my father-in-law, so I don't want to use those. I want to keep those as a keepsake for down the road that if my daughter wants them, she can have them. I do save some of my junk mail that I could use for paper piecing for like my strings. So I don't have to worry about them. But for the longest time I was just throwing them away into the recycle bin, but I think in the last couple months I've been thinking about actually using it in my studio because it saves some of the money than having to buy certain things. Oops. Sorry guys. Didn't make you guys wobbly. Because I have all these extra pieces hanging off. Normally I don't trim until the end, but with having big pieces here, I just want to use them up before I use more of the ones I've not cut out. So that's what I am doing. If anybody has questions, I'm more than welcome to answer them. Okay, we're going to press this. This is the last part of the top piece here, and then we'll be able to start on the next pieces. And you have to make sure on your paper you figure out what colors go to where, and that's how I had to figure that out, what you want where. So, and you can always create it differently than what the paper tells you of colors. So like this big piece here, I'm going to have to get a bigger white piece. And I'd like to double check how big I need to go. Is that big? Okay. Because you also want to make sure you cover the whole space, even though you may not use it all. I don't want to take a chance and have little holes in it. I'm going to clean up my little board here so I'm not getting a bunch of stuff all over it. Oh, we have a straight edge there, so. Sew it on and get ready to do the next pieces. Yeah, this last piece on this chick, it has a lot more if you're doing the big size. I have to look at the smaller sizes and see. They're probably about the same, but the only reason I went with the bigger one is because with all these extra pieces on the side. And I don't like to deal with little tiny piece. And I forgot to move the on. Okay. Then we're going to press this. The only reason I'm trimming off on both sides is so I can be ready and prepared. I need green. We're going to go for the grass now. So here's the green I chose. It is a batik green. That's good. So there's the green I'm going to use. Thank you. And you got to make sure you're going in the number order. Well, I figured if I'm already going to add a blue batik in here, I might as well add another batik. I'm only trimming this green. Hey, Beverly. So that I can do it on the other side. Have another piece of fabric sticking to it. Alright, and I need to trim over here because that's where the next number is as well. Which I need a bigger piece. I'm going to press it real quick so it kind of gives it a nice smooth when I'm going to sew it together. I know some of you are doing this with me and some may not, which is fine. I just figured this is a way that you get a quilt that you wear along with me. Even though I missed a few months of it stuff with other things dealing with, but I'm hoping that eventually I will be able to stay on consistently so that you guys can do it with me. And you just keep doing this in number order until you're done. And if you have questions, I don't mind answering them. I'm only cutting a longer piece so that I can actually get a bit more. And yes, even though I've been cutting on it, and if I still have a little bit left, I still throw it back in my fat quarter bin until it's gone. Here's the start of it. I'll trim it down a little bit so you guys can see it. It will be the exact same that way. These, Shirley, these are patterns that are free on the internet. These are free patterns. So all of the FPP, unless I design my own, yes, mine are going to be free. These are the patterns I get off the internet for free. I don't purchase patterns because of everybody's budget. I still can be considerate of other things. Hello, Katie. All right. Yeah, it's also Shirley, they're in my description box. Even for the today's one should be in the box. Or my Google Drive should be there for you. Because I wanted to make sure they are free for us to do these for you. You're welcome. I have talked about actually making some that, because I want to make sure you guys can have the PDFs. So I'm going to work on trying to make my one project that I've been wanting done. I do apologize. My watch keeps going off because one of my parents is picking up my rest of my family to come up here. Thank you, Katie. So we're all kind of excited and can't wait to see them. Because this auntie over here is like waiting patiently. So Katie, we are working on the last week's chicken bottom half so that it can be done. And then we're going to be doing the Bonita Bunny. If I can say it today. This is after this chicken we're finishing up. And I'm just going to use the fabric that I have here. Just so that I can see how much I would finish off with. Here's Mr. Chick, his top half, waiting for his bottom half. And then the last piece, and then we'll put his bottom on. Well, I'm trying to find different things for all of us to do. And yes, this quilt is going to be multiple different sizes. And it's also about having fun with it. It may have different sizes because we may end up putting sashing, or we may do extra blocks to cover them. It depends on how we all feel. At the end is when you guys get to decide how you want your quilt. And also you can decide what size you want to do as I bring out the pattern. And this pattern is by Threadbare Creations. And so is the next one. There's his bottom. Hey, Kim. So I take a pen, which I have one hidden in my little And then I go over and grab my clips. You are fine, Kim. Nobody's late. You come as you go. We're trying to finish up the chicken from last week. And then we're going to do the bunny. Alright, I'm going to take the paper out real quick before we do. Thank you, Kim. Anything else? Just a reminder, if as you're trying to take out the pieces, if they're so hard to get out, either use your seam ripper or squirt a little water on it. It will ease up all the issues. Like there is some small pieces. A little hard to do today. And here we go for the bottom part. And then we're done, and we'll press our little chicken in so we can have it be open. Alright. We're almost there. We'll get there. Alright. Now we got it. Time to press it, and then we'll go from there. Do apologize that took a little bit. There's your little chicken, Mr. Chester. So now we're going to go do the bunny. And just another reminder, tomorrow is the UFO if you Zoom, where you get to come and it is not online. It's just a private Zoom to hang out, work on your old projects or whatever you're working on. I go in there working on my old project, but I know what I'm working on tomorrow is my nephew's quilt. Thank you guys. I'm doing the small version of the bunny. I might do a second one just because it's so cute. And yes, I will tell you, I typically keep the rest of them, and I put them in my binder in a protective sleeve, which I will print what I've used and put it back in there so that I have it. So let's get started. I'm going to start with the ears today. I like to press my fabric because it's been sitting in the folding position. Oh no. I can change it to the 20th. Okay, I will see what I can do. But I know his is a little later. So. Than mine. Mine's in the afternoon. Because I need, especially with my husband being off, I try to keep the evenings to him. Excuse me. Next is inside the ear. you all have other questions, I'm here to answer them. Alright, I'm going to... I love it. It's the best thing I've ever purchased. I'm hoping to get the 60 millimeters rotary color next because, and they have it in this style, which would be a huge plus for me. And it's not hurting my wrist anymore. Yes, I love my cutting mat from Big Rotary Mat Cutting Surfaces. They're awesome. Yes, they may be a little bit out of budget. I had to save up enough to do it. When I did it, I made sure I got the big one first so that all I had to do was have that come in. It's not big enough. Let's go get a piece. Yeah, I know you are, Sandra. He's just trying to get questions so that I can answer them for you. We're almost done with the head, and then we got the face. On the chicken and the bunny, if you look, these little black eyes, they're little buttons. So your bunny's going to look like this first. You can choose to put a button on it, or you can just leave it and applique something on it. Or applique, like put stabilizer on it and then put it on there and have a long armor or yourself quilt it without having, and I know it's called raw applique. And then we'll go to the next piece. After I get one more piece pinned down. Alright, I'm going to trim this piece down so it's at least ready to go when we get to the other one. There's the top. I'll sew this piece together and we'll get to it. Alright. Let's get these pieces on there so we can get it put together. Let's put the nose. Alright, we're going to trim here. I'm getting a couple more white pieces. I don't think it's going to be, nope. I'm going to have to cut a new piece. The only reason I cut a little bit bigger is so that I have enough that I don't have to wait. Okay. We're almost there. We got maybe 3 more pieces to do. Whoop. I went into the wrong spot, not in the... Now down to B. Go down to the next piece. I don't think we have enough pieces. Ah! All I'm doing is uh-oh. I hope you're okay, Shirley. Awesome. I'm just hoping you're okay, Shirley. Nothing hit you or anything. Ooh, yummy, Beverly. That sounds yummy. The other day, I made homemade bread. I didn't have to stand there and do it, but I threw it in a machine and voila, it was done. My house smelled like bread for a day or two. Okay, that's good. Gotta make sure you're safe and not hurt. I have not made sourdough yet, but I'm not good at keeping up with that stuff. If I was to do it. So the last piece is on. I'm going to go ahead and press it. And then we're going to trim it and then piece it together. I don't think it would last long across. I could try. The kind of breads we made were homemade Hawaiian bread. So good. Also, we made regular white bread. We've made honey bread. So here we go. We're going to put the ears to it. And we're going to piece them together. It was actually really pretty tasty to let you all know. When I make bread next time, I'll give you a little short of what it's doing. I have a little machine that takes care of it for me. Alright, we're on the last side of it. I have a little trash can right here. Ooh. I'm sorry, Shirley. Alright, let's press it and we can see it. Here's the bunny. We are all done. So I hope you guys enjoy helping while I'm finished the chick, Mr. Chester. I made him a little female one. And then the little bunny. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to hop off, but I will talk to you guys next time. And hopefully we'll be ready for something else.